This will help you to find strength even if you see no hope. You get motivated and stuck when difficult times come your way. This makes you feel low and stressed, due to which you see no hope moving forward and easily give up. In this video, I'll share 5 tips which can help you to get over difficult times, even if you see there is no hope going forward. Number 1, focus on the effort, not just the result. Now, generally you get to gauge your growth by seeing your result. To some extent, that's good to check your progress, but it's not worth to use to gauge your self-worth. Majority of the time we get stuck to proceed during difficult times due to feeling demotivated and feeling we just can't do this. In other words, we feel low of ourselves. This is due to gauging our self-worth against the result. Now, to get over this, one of the main shift we need to do is focus on the effort we are putting, not just the result. As we know, the only thing which is in our control is the effort we put, not the result. So by focusing on the effort which is in our control, we have high chances to get what we are looking for, instead of focusing on things which is not in our control. Number 2, focus on the immediate next step instead of the final end goal. When we follow the first step, then naturally our focus will zoom towards focusing on doing our next step more focused, instead of being attached to the end goal. We obviously need to be conscious of our end goal, but we should be obsessed to get our next step done right and just give our focus on that. In that way, we are able to move forward towards our end goal one step at a time, and that helps to boost our self-confidence as we get to accomplish in every single small step. Number 3, have a clear plan of action with the worst case scenario in mind. If you don't plan, then we are indirectly planning to fail. But it's not just planning for normal happy path, but we need to plan for the worst case scenarios also. It's so important to always have the backup plan ready if in case the plan A doesn't work out. 9 out of 10 times we end up losing self-confidence and feel lost in challenging times because we don't tend to think about the worst case scenarios. So what happens is when we get hit by those times, then we obviously get stressed out, lose focus and quit easily. But by having this plan B in hand, we are covered even during difficult times. Number 4, learn from each failure from a neutral mindset. I'm sure you would have heard about learning from each failure, but this is important because we need to learn from each failure from a neutral mindset. What does that mean? We need to learn to see things with no emotions attached. We tend to justify our failures and we find excuses on why we ended up failing in something. This is just to guard our false ego when we get hit by a failure. This is a typical example of not seeing things from a neutral mindset. But someone who is neutral will see from a third man's perspective with no emotions attached and try to see what are the things one can improve on. And by doing that, one gets to learn and improve far quickly and not be affected by any negative emotions due to failure. Number 5, meditate to be composed. This is one of the important tips to follow if you want to follow all the 4 tips I mentioned till now. In general, you need to be in a more composed state of mind and have a good intention. This one can get only by practicing meditation. By practicing meditation, you will gain control of your mind and your emotions, and that will help you to control what you think during difficult times and helps you to be in control. Just like a strong driver has a more control on the car, so similarly, when someone has more control over his mind, then naturally that person will be more composed and able to take decisions with good intention going forward towards the end goal, even during difficult times. As it says in the ancient Bhakti Yoga book, Bhagavad Gita, perform your duty equipoised, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. As it's suggested in this ancient book, Bhagavad Gita, you can see that the more equipoised we are in our activities, in our duties, the more easier it is to overcome any challenges, any difficulties we face in our life. And that will lead us to be more successful on what we want to achieve, even during difficult times. So please try including these tips in your daily life and try to incorporate at least 10 minutes of meditation. And that will help you to stay more focused and composed, so that next time when you do face a difficult time in your life, you will be in a much stronger position to face it and achieve success. If this was useful, then please do share with your friend who can get benefit from it, so they can get hope in tough days of their life. I'll see you in the next video.